ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai movie monster series Shin Ultraman Specium version. 2 months shy of a year's time since the first wave of Shin Ultraman movie monster series releases, and we finally get the Shin Ultraman Specium version figure. Feels like we've known about this thing for quite a while now. Anyway, there was a figure just like this, as released by Bandai as a gachapon from the, and I quote, Gachapon HG Ultraman Super Eye Productions Part 1 Shinji Higuchi Selection Series, which featured Shin Ultraman, Melos, Prisma, and Gomora 2. That was back in August, and due to my stupid, I missed out on them. But this is a nice alternative. And I think it's worth mentioning that I do believe this is the first movie monster series release that comes with an accessory. Oh yes, an accessory. Can you believe it? A Bandai movie monster series figure? An accessory? What is this? Now before we do anything, I just want to get this out of the way now. This figure features no articulation. Nothing at the waist, nothing at the arms, and at first I was a little bummed about this, but this is just the Specium pose. I really don't see the need for articulation because you're getting a particular pose out of this vinyl figure release, and there's really no point in trying to modify that. Of course, I did expect maybe the arms, but then again, what else could you do except for maybe make them do the timeout symbol? But anyway, moving on. Taking a look at the tag, we've got the exact same tag that we got with the first Shin Ultraman figure from the movie monster series, except this time it says Specium version. That might say Specium Beam or Specium Ray version, I'm not sure. We've got the exact same thing on the tag, except this time the back of the tag is white with red text, whereas the original was red with white text. Oh yes. And on the inside of the tag, we really don't get much, but we do get some instructions. They're basically just telling you how to apply the accessory to this figure, because yet again, this figure came with an accessory. Time to tuck this Shin Ultra tag away with the Shin Ultraman movie, never to be seen ever. At least we have a spring 2022 time frame to work with in that regard. So the tag is nice and protected, but what do we have here? We have a resealable plastic bag hanging off the hanger of Shin Ultraman over here, and that is where this little thing comes into play. The very first movie monster series accessory, I do believe, is actually just something that's going to help the figure stand. It is this nice clear base which will attach to Shin Ultraman's right leg, and it helps. Just gotta take this stand, take his leg, press in, it'll snap, boom, you're done. Yes, unfortunately, this guy cannot stand on his own, and when it comes to my copy, it really doesn't stand too flat. And if I were to take the base off, I could balance him out, maybe, but as you can see, this foot ain't flat. If this foot were flat, I think I'd have a little bit more faith in letting him stand on a shelf without that little ankle guard, but no, it's not happening. So I will be keeping this thing on his ankle. Big ups to Bandai for making this bag resealable. I know not everybody's going to keep it on, but I'm going to because I'm insane and I like keeping my tags on. And if I ever do find a more finite way of having this guy stand on his own, I'll just put the stand back in there and it'll be all good. Now, when it comes to paint and detail, it's going to be very much the same of what we've gotten prior. At least, what? 3 times now prior? You're going to get that muted red with this very bright and shiny silver. You're going to get the exact same designs on the chest, on the knees, on the shins, and everywhere else. You're going to get the same light switch detail in the right ear with nothing in the left. You're going to get those same textured eyes and stoic ultra face. There will still be no color timer present on his chest, and since I still see people asking why, this is Higuchi and Anno honoring the original design of Ultraman as done up by Toru Narita. Toru Narita hated the addition of the color timer as it clashed with his original design and point for the suit to be simple and clean. Higuchi and Anno in particular were inspired by his 1983 oil painting Incarnation of Truth, Justice, and Beauty, which as you can see has no color timer. And again, everything is essentially going to be repeated here. The only major difference is going to be in how the body is posed. used. I do very much appreciate the grade A finger detail we got going on here. On both hands, of course. Premium Shin Ultra cheeks as well. A nice separation between the red and silver detail over here. I like that that's present on pretty much every part of the body. I made this exact same comment with the SH Figuarts Ultraman Trigger multi-type figure. I like that there is separation that is determined by both detail and color. It just looks a lot better that way, honestly. Although in some areas it ain't the neatest, and quality control in general on this figure seems to be a bit on the shaky side. But I really ain't all that bummed out about it. It still looks great. Plus, to finally have a vinyl Ultraman figure in the Specium pose is just a total win for me. Honestly, I think the only thing that could have made this figure release even better is if he actually came with a detachable beam, but at the same time, I feel like that might be asking a little too much from the Movie Monster series. Specium version Shin Ultraman is pretty much the exact same thing we got last time in terms of paint and detail, but again, it is nice to finally have a vinyl Ultraman figure in this particular pose. I also just really love the fact that it's a Movie Monster series figure with an accessory that came with a little baggie for the accessory. I'm easily pleased with stuff like that, and I really do enjoy it. Would have been cooler if it came in a box, though. I'm gonna give paint and detail 2 solid stars, and that's all there really is to it. Should I give it another solid star for including an accessory? Because I feel like Bandai can be a little vindictive at times, where they'll release something like this, and if it doesn't stand on its own, they just say, oh, whatever. Now, is the presence of an included stand with Specium Shin Man a direct response to some of the criticisms people had with the original Shin Man? Since he does have a hard time standing on his own, whether he's got a tag attached to him or not. I don't know, but if Bandai wants to re-release this guy with the stand, hell, I'll buy it again. I love this thing. It's just so simple. But anyway, thankfully this guy didn't sell out in 2 seconds like the original Shin Man did. And to be a little front here, I don't think this guy's going to be selling out anytime soon, but the last time I said that, the figure sold out. But anyway, if you're interested, there's going to be a link in the description below where you can pick this guy up if he's still even in stock on HobbyLink Japan. I haven't checked yet. It's a decent little release that'll definitely tide me over until I can see Shin Ultraman. But then again, that spring 2022 time frame is just for Japan. We have not received any word if it'll be shown in theaters over here in the States, so yikes. Patrons, thank you so much for becoming ShinRobjira patrons. It is directly because of you that I was able to cop this guy at the time that I did. And that Patreon statement came in literally hours before this guy went up on HLJ. Big love and ups to you. If you would like to become a patron, check out my social media, or just see what's going on with the ShinRobjira merch page, all that'll be linked in the description below. And when next we meet, we will definitely be talking about Godzilla. And until that aforementioned video releases, which should be on Thursday, I will see you all then and there. And I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all surviving the holiday rush. Peace out, everybody.